Hey carnivores, I'm Cassandra. Welcome to my Apex Odyssey. Hey everyone, welcome to day 300 of my Apex Odyssey. I'm just coming off of a sardine fast, so I figured this was a good time to go over the results of that, and I have some numbers here. So for the 3 days, the 3 days leading up to the fast, my morning blood sugars, this was first thing in the morning, were 116, 117, and 122. So I started my sardine fast on that day, the morning that it was 122. And as I mentioned before, I had 2 cans of sardines, and in between there I had some bacon because I didn't think I was going to be able to get my sardines, but I did. So and the next morning, even with eating some bacon, my morning blood sugar was down to 101, which is a big deal. I rarely see numbers like that. And I haven't had a fasting first thing in the morning blood sugar that was that low in a long time. So I ate 2 cans of sardines that day, which was day 2. And the next morning, my fasting blood sugar was 92, which is really good for me. And then I ate 4 cans of sardines that day. And the next morning, it was 190. No, the next morning, it was 97, which is still really good for me. And after, I guess that was the day that I started eating other stuff besides sardines. I had bacon and hamburger patties. And the next morning, it was still 96, which was good. And then so that was one day after. And then 2 days after, it was 104. And then this morning, which was 3 days after, it was 115, which is more in my normal range. So the effects lasted for 3 days. So it obviously made some kind of difference in my blood sugar. I lost a couple of pounds, and it depends because, my weight fluctuates. It goes up and down. So it was a little bit, it was probably 2 pounds lower than my lowest weight lately. But I was actually kind of up a little bit on the day that I started, so 6 pounds less on day 7 than day 1. And I didn't like it. I did not like doing the sardine fast. And it's funny because I just watched one of Dr. Bosworth's videos, one she just did. I think it was a live video that she posted where she said that she didn't like to have her patients fasting until they could successfully do a sardine fast. And I was just barely successful. I was never satisfied the whole 3 days. I was eating as much as I wanted, and I wasn't really hungry. I felt like I was on edge the whole time. So I'm obviously one of those people who's not ready yet, and I'm still significantly insulin resistant, I imagine. Based just on my numbers, I am. So will I do it again? Probably not too soon. But I am. So after this morning when I woke up, again, this is the 3rd day after having stopping the sardine fast. My blood sugar was 115, but I ate a can of sardines later in the day, and my afternoon blood sugar was 87. So that was pretty good. And I want to try for the next few days just eating a can of sardines a day in addition to whatever else I want to eat, and see if that makes any difference. It's It's all a big science experiment, isn't it? I had a pretty big week. And another weird coincidence, I saw some of the carnivore ladies doing a video on different types of toxins that everybody is exposed to all the time. In everything you put on your skin and everything you wash your clothes with, all your cleaning supplies, all of your even clothing and stuff is full of toxins that are absorbed into your skin. And I've been trying for a while. I mentioned this in the Meat Sisters group. I have these allergies non-stop, and every once in a while, seemingly out of nowhere, I get this horrible burning sensation here, and it's just my sinuses get really inflamed, and I've been trying to figure out what to do about it. I figured it was just allergies from stuff that I encountered outside, but yesterday I was at working, not paying any attention to anything. I had washed my hands and came back to my desk and grabbed a little tube of lotion that I keep on my desk, olive oil stuff, and put it on my hands and arms kind of up to my elbows. And within a couple of minutes, I started getting that burning sensation up here and in my mouth too. It was almost like I could taste. It was a chemically taste, but it burned my gums. It was really strange. So I'm like, I bet I'm absorbing the toxins in this shit, and I threw it in the trash. And so I'm making an effort now. I've actually ordered me some tallow soap and tallow balm. But I make stuff myself sometimes too. I've got this stuff that I've just been working on, and it's got beeswax in it, so it gets really thick. And I've actually had to cut it a couple of times because the first time I made it, it was just way too hard. I could barely scrape it out of there. And then the second time it didn't spread very well. So I dipped out a third of it and melted it down again and added some castor oil and aloe vera gel. And that's what's in here is beeswax, beef tallow, castor oil, aloe vera gel, and some essential oils. I'm sure it's got tea tree oil, and whenever I make this kind of stuff, I always put kind of a lot of tea tree oil in it, just so that bacteria and mold don't grow in the jar. So I'm just gonna have to leave that stuff alone, and that makes me so sad. For years, I loved to buy lotions and bath wash and shampoo and everything that had a pretty smell to it. And now I guess I just can't handle it. So I miss it. I kind of miss the fun scents. And that happened to my mom too. I remember probably when she was about my age, she started every smell aggravated her. She hasn't done carnivore, so I don't think it's because of that. I finally just gotten to where the toxic load is too much and my body's rejecting it, I guess. We don't want to know more of the poisons on your skin because it's getting right into your blood. I'm trying to think if anything else interesting has gone on. Oh, Monday I took a day off work. I had a dentist appointment and it went fine. Just a regular checkup. But afterwards I did some errands and I went into Walmart. It's the first time I've been shopping in Walmart in years. I've had to return some stuff, so I've gone into the customer service part. But I went in and walked around all the way to the back, looking for electronics, or looking at electronics. I was looking at TVs. I didn't buy one, but I've been in the market. Went over and bought some meat. I went into the clothing section, and I bought clothes off the rack at Walmart that fit me. I have not been able to do that in a very long time. A lot of my clothes are getting, you know, to where they're too big, and I'm having to swap them out. But I've been buying clothes online for a long time because no stores carried my size. Even like Torrid or Lane Bryant wouldn't have my size in the store. So it was a shocker to get some clothes at Walmart, and I brought them home. I don't try clothes on in the store, so I'm like, well, they may be a little too small, but we'll see. It looked fine. But I brought them home and they fit perfectly, you know. It's not even the biggest size. It's like, damn, this is crazy. When did this happen? It's just hard to believe. But, I mean, there was a time when I had to make my own clothes because I couldn't find clothes to fit. Or there were like 2 or 3 places online that would sell stuff in my size, but it was way, way expensive. Like, on the plus side or making it big, they have beautiful clothes, and I bought a few pieces, but a shirt was over $100, and that's not my, I'm no fashionista. I don't care about all of that stuff. I need clothing that's comfortable and appropriate. I buy clothes now that I can wear to work, and I work from home, but sometimes I am on video with other people. So I just need, and I don't have clothes for separate occasions. This is, you know, I just have a few things because I'm not that interested in having a bunch of clothes. But at one time I had to make my own. I learned to sew, and I actually made this shirt, and I'm pretty proud of it because I drafted the pattern and everything. I mean, it's just a plain t-shirt, but this fabric, it's crepe. I think it is the most comfortable shirt I've ever had, and I made it myself. But mostly I would just, because it would, you know, it took about 3 yards of fabric to make a shirt the size that I wanted. And, you know, that was long. And new fabric is $15 a yard at least. So, you know, we're still looking at $45 for one garment. And I'd gotten to where I would go. I was lucky that our local thrift shop had fabric pretty regularly, and I made a bunch of shirts out of thrift store fabric. So, and that's what I did for a few years. And finally, since I've been able to work and have had a job, I had money so that I could pay a little extra for the plus size clothes online. I don't know if you hear my dog whining. She wants some attention. Are you trying to get attention, ma'am? Are you all right? You just trying to aggravate me? Are you bored? I get it. That's Saga. So yeah, it was weird to go into a store and buy some clothes and bring them home and put them on. And I've worn them to work. I got myself a pair of denim shorts. What? It's probably been, you know, 15 years since I had any denim shorts. I just can't even fathom it. It's so strange. And they look good, if I do say so myself. Anyway, Sardine Challenge was a success, but it's not for me. Not right now. Trying to get all the chemicals out of my life. But they're so unavoidable. But I guess the thing is just cutting it down as much as you can. And you certainly, there's no need to slather it all over yourself whenever there's perfectly good beef tallow to grease your skin up when you need it. Anyway, have you ever tried a sardine challenge, and how did it go for you? And what are some of your non-scale victories? Share, like, subscribe. Let me know what's up with you. Have a good evening.